Mark Peterson, Proven Realty, brought to you by EXP. I'm sitting here with one of my good friends, Matthew Pardue of Pardue Construction. He just finished the Double E building right here in the heart of Williston. It was one of the most amazing builds that I've seen. High quality construction, neat design work, and just old school craftsmanship. And so I wanted to give everybody a quick tour of it, highlight this building, and then also let you know about the talented Matthew Pardue. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about your background, how long you've been in building, how long have you been in the Bakken, and then we're going to go take a tour of the building.
Okay, so building background, my dad was a contractor, so from childhood. Went full-time into the trades when I was 19 years old. Okay. Strong residential, timber framing, log home background. And then we got into commercial and light industrial work about 17 years ago. And so here we are today in the Bakken.
And you're in year 14 or 15-ish, right? Like we've known each other at least a decade. How long have you been in Williston?
So we've been here 12, 13 years.
12, 13 years. Yep. We're headed into 2025.
Yes.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yes.
Your phone is ringing off the hook. And how long are you backed up in business now? And what does your pipeline look like?
We are currently, we have 1 year of work in front of us right now with a second year that's easily to be scheduled.
Okay.
And so we're scaling this year with a few other companies that have decided to come on board with us. They like the way we do business, the quality we turn out, and how we do products. So we're hoping to be able to take on more work and create more products.
Excellent. So what we all need in Williston, as we know, is more inventory. Everything from single family houses to commercial and industrial buildings. Tell us a little bit about what separates you from some of the other builders out there in the space, other than the fact that you're one of the only couple that I know that didn't leave during the downturn of 8-9 years ago. You stuck it out. Yep. You were stubborn. You were dumb like me. Somehow we made it, right?
We were stubborn. What actually happened to us when we had that downturn is that year we quadrupled our business.
Wow.
And the reason for that was we answer our phone and we turn out quality products every day. We never lift on the details. If it costs us more money to tear things apart, to redo them, then that's what we do. We make sure everything is right when we're gone and our warranty is there. We're always back at the building.
Yeah.
So with this building, Double E, we worked for Double E for almost 8 years.
Okay.
And we do all of their work.
Okay. Give us a tour, show us around. Okay. Tell us some of the features that you don't see in other buildings and that highlight the craftsmanship here.
Right now we're upstairs, main office, executive offices. We're standing in the conference room right now. So we're inside of a 12,900 square footprint steel building with a wood frame interior office space, and we've vaulted the ceilings in here and added wood ceilings, which you just don't see in steel buildings, and exposed ductwork. It's usually an 8-foot or 9-foot tall ceiling with lay-in ceiling and regular boring lights. So we don't like boring office space. So we want people to have a happy place to go when they go to work, and we believe that we create that with our design and the products we implement in our building. So we'll tour around this space upstairs and then we'll go downstairs. This is 3,000 square feet on the second floor.
So one of the things I was most impressed with is this hallway and the way that you wrap the beams as well as the uplighting. Tell us a little bit about that.
So we felt that the hallway felt too tall when you walked up here visually, so we added beams to it. And then while we were there, we thought we should have uplighting for romance.
Okay, romance.
And then we have hand textured walls, which is called a skip trowel.
Okay.
And then kind of 1920s craftsman style on our trim. Okay. With more of a Western rough-sawn Douglas fir trim. Okay. So it just gives it a lot of character.
Right.
Well, you've still used our commercial doors everywhere.
Okay.
Just for longevity, and it gives us more of a modern entry into a room.
Sure.
And they're just easier to keep stable and work well.
Tell us about the window trim and the way that you trim that out.
So circle sawing, which is an old school way of sawing wood. All the wood is from Montana, sourced from Montana. And then we have a special sander that sands that wood in order to keep the character and still is smooth enough so we can dust with a nice rag.
Okay.
And can keep clean.
Sounds good. How about these, the railings and this whole system here?
Handrail system?
Yeah.
So we build all these in-house for the most part, so we can have a custom look of everything that meets code and strength, but we have design features that we want to implement in our building that match everything else. So
Nice.
this is what we came up with.
Yeah, and I love the windows right here and the southern light that's coming in and just how it bounces around and just creates
Try to do
a good
south
feel.
facing on our office buildings and then carry that light into our hallways. So
Okay.
everyone has a lot of natural light.
Big windows, and then it doesn't feel like you're trapped in
Trapped
an
in a
office. And
cave.
yeah, in a cave.
Yeah.
Lots of great natural lighting.
Want
I
it
love
to be
the size of the
inviting.
windows too.
Inviting office space.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done. I really like the quality of the stairs and just the size of them. You know, it feels industrial, but also has that warm feel of the wood with the skirting. Anything else about the stairs that are a good design?
They're easy to clean and maintain and safe. Because people are going to walk around with wet feet, maybe ice and snow, colder shoes.
Sure.
So try to keep it simple. Easy to replace if they're damaged.
Okay. Yeah, and very rarely do you walk into an industrial building and have like a chandelier light ahead. I really appreciate the size of the reception area here, and it has a really nice counter. Tell us what you did with the trim there.
So downstairs is a little more of an industrial approach, so not completely wood trim. So we have some metal added in. We had a window here and they said, let's make a counter. So that's what we came up with. So
A lot
the
more
rest,
inviting than a window, right?
a lot more inviting than a window.
Sure.
A little more of a real reception into their business side of things.
Good, and then we have a couple of offices here. This is kind of like the reception or potential dispatch area, looks like there.
Yep, nice break room kitchen.
Yeah, phenomenal kitchen, which I think is really neat too. Very comfortable, close to the front. Looks like there's everything you need in there.
Everything you need in there.
Dishwasher included, huh?
Yes.
And then back here, it looks like it's a storage area.
Yeah. So that would be their parts room.
Okay. Should we
Some
come into the
storage
sprinkler
area
really
here,
quick?
sprinkler room.
Yeah, you got to check out the fire sprinkler room. One of the neatest rooms that I've seen, the version of it with the fire suppression and the in-floor
heat.
Really nice size room too. You didn't chintz on the size, which I think is good for getting in and
We try to
working
give
on your
them
stuff.
plenty of room on that area. And then we always separate our floors with electrical panels in designated areas also so that everyone knows on that floor where their power needs are if they have a breaker. that
Okay.
goes down.
So it just goes right to here instead of having to chase it down. at
Chase
the
it
other
down
end
or
of the
go to our
building.
main mechanical room in the outside.
Great.
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed in here in your building, something that I've never seen anywhere else, is you put plywood inside the mechanical break rooms all the way around. What's the function and purpose of that?
Trying to keep it clean and drywall is damaged in those areas and everybody can hang whatever they need to
Right.
inside here, mounting any type of fixtures or appliances,
Whatever you're thinking.
shelving, whatever they need.
Cool. All right, let's go take a look at the storage area. I think that turned out really well also. What was kind of the design and scope of this particular space?
So this particular space we needed to exceed a space that they already had.
Okay.
So they had room for growth.
Sweet.
So they came up with the dimensions of it.
Okay.
And then we built the rest of it from there.
Nice. I like the bathrooms here. Really like this countertop for all of your copying functionality there. Good storage underneath it.
Yes, they wanted different kind of shelving. They didn't want a conventional countertop. These are deeper. And the same with their workbenches over there are custom built by us for the proper depth and height that they wanted.
Sweet. Something else that I thought was unique that I had never seen is your electrical outlets here. Tell us a little bit about the design of that and how it all came together. It's really great functionality.
So they
there
asked
on
us
top
if
of
we could get
Yes.
some floating electrical, so their benches wasn't attached to their benches. They could move them up and down.
Okay.
And we came up with this idea, and then the electrician implemented the power into them. So there's just steel posts fastened to the floor system.
Phenomenal. Great job on that as well. And then what I really like is the functionality here. You can come right out of storage and now you're in this insane shop. You don't see shops with this kind of height, ceiling height, insulation, lighting,
Full in-floor heat,
floor in full heat,
full air conditioning,
full air conditioning as well.
full air conditioning.
The mezzanine storage is also another great feature that you can
Yep.
obviously lift up pallets and whatnot,
We have mezzanine storage here, and then we have 2,500 feet of mezzanine storage over here.
right? What's the sidewall height here? It seems pretty
22
tall.
feet.
So 22-foot sidewall height, really good quality over insulated doors.
3-inch doors.
3-inch doors. You can also add more height to those and add more additional panels. So
We could if
obviously
we have-
room
yeah.
for growth for future use. Looks like the heating systems are great. I see a lot of electrical outlets, a lot more than you would normally see in a shop. I'm noticing compressed air everywhere as well, and everything is just tight and clean.
Great,
right?
I'd love to hear it. That's what I want to hear.
I'm in buildings all day long, and this is one of the best that I've seen in the area in my 15 years out here, and well done.
It's very well insulated. It stays very cool in the summer with the door shut without the air conditioning on.
Okay.
So it should be a very efficient building.
And then also floor drains too.
Floor drains also.
Right, with the sand oil separator, I'm assuming some
sand oil separator.
Some design there. Overall, it just feels like the space is nice. They use this for welding, so obviously lots of really good power, lighting for them as well. Ventilation is important in that particular space as well. And also a lot of storage in the on the other side of the shop, which to me is a good design as well too. So
yeah, so some of this storage will be leaving and moving. Right now it's temporary until they get figured out how this floor space is gonna work for them.
It's really neat. And then here you have a designed as a wash bay. Tell us a little bit about that and how it all came together.
Designed as a wash bay.
I think we should probably stand here, huh?
Just for service pickups.
Yeah.
Which will still work as a wash bay, but they did add a mezzanine. So they thought that they had a bunch of ceiling space that was wasted up there, so we added that mezzanine, and they gained 2,500 square feet of storage.
2,500 on the mezzanine.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a heavy floor, so that floor is rated at 150 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot for an industrial building.
A lot.
Yeah, let's take a quick peek up there, huh? You guys want the view from up there? I was trying to keep the car out of it, was the idea there. Huge giant heater there. So tell us about this safety gate.
So the safety gate works with the remote control off the forklift.
Okay.
And then we have a second gate here, so no one can enter the loading space once the pallet is up. And this gate will shut. Then they can open the back gate, get to the pallet with a pallet jack. Everyone's safe.
Brilliant. And
Thank
safe.
you.
Yeah, I really like it. 150 pounds of weight. That's pretty good.
Yes.
As well.
Is where we've rated the floor. The floor is rated at that.
Okay.
It would hold more.
And 2,500 square feet of bonus mezzanine storage is something that they didn't anticipate originally. That's a lot of storage.
Absolutely. They're heating the space anyway.
Yeah.
So we spend the extra money and gain all this space, which apparently they needed.
Looks good. Also has good lighting. So one of my favorite rooms, the mechanical and electrical room. This is where all the magic happens in here, and it is the cleanest and tightest and best designed mechanical room I've ever seen. Tell us a little bit about all the features in here. It's pretty wild.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. So 800 amp 3-phase power coming in, step down transformers to 120 to feed our office space. We put their compressor in here also, just to keep noise out of the main shop. It's very quiet. And then this is all our in-floor heat for our main shop, and then our ice melt on our aprons.
Okay, and then tell us what these filters or other machines do here.
So the ones with the liquid in them?
Uh-huh.
So the ones with the liquid are a automatic pressure booster for the boiler. So if we lose pressure on our system, they will automatically boost pressure in the system and the boiler won't shut down.
Okay.
Which can be a problem. We don't want that.
Sounds good. I also like the idea of having multiple boilers, so that's great, a little bit extra, right, in case one of them goes down.
Yeah.
The other thing is snow melt on the aprons around the shop. That's something you very rarely see out here. Imagine if you're coming in and all of your stuff is now icing up around the building. We've seen a lot of wrecks or people sliding into the building or falling down. Obviously having snow melt will be great.
Yes.
So you just turn those on, everything.
They have automatic sensors on them. So if it starts snowing, they will fire up and start thawing.
Wow, amazing.
And then you can manually override that too.
Okay. And then what about the in-floor heat? It looks like a pretty intense system with a lot of zones. What does that look like?
It's a lot of zones. So we're on a very poor site. So we ended up, we hold groundwater at 2 feet on this site. So we ended up ripping a bunch of dirt out of the site.
Okay.
Entire 2.5 acres, replacing all that. So underneath in-floor heat is vapor barrier and then foam, but you have to keep that groundwater off your pipes or your system won't work.
Makes sense.
So,
learn something new
It's a lot
today.
of details in the foundation to make everything come together in this building to be a success story.
Okay. So that concludes our tour with Matthew Pardue of Pardue Construction at the new Double E Services building at what's the address?
2307 4th Avenue West.
Great. And how can people that are looking for a good quality builder or need some work done, how can they go about finding you?
They can give me a phone call
Okay.
at 509-429-8043, or they can email me at mpnd1000@gmail.com.
Great. So we'll even leave the details down below. That way, if you have any questions on your next upcoming project or your building needs, you can reach out to my good friend, Matthew Pardue, Pardue Construction. I'm Eric Peterson, Proven Realty, brokered by EXP. Make sure to subscribe below to our YouTube channel for more exciting videos like this one.